I'm going to demonstrate some ways of using a 3-inch neck roll. I got this one on Amazon, but you can get these all over the place. And I'm going to show you different ways if you're a back sleeper or a side sleeper. You can do the most traditional way, which is putting it on top of your pillow, using that whether you're on your side to protect the natural curve here of your neck, or laying on your back if you're a back sleeper, protecting the curve of your neck. Depending on the density of your foam roll, sometimes having it on top of your pillow is not comfortable. I found that with mine, but everybody's different. So what works for me or you or your partner can be very different. So you just have to play with it. So again, if this is too dense, an alternative is put it under your pillow, bring it towards the front edge. You can lay on it on your side again, or you can lay on it on your back. So when I'm back sleeping, this is how I tend to use mine. However, sometimes also when I'm back sleeping, I get tired of being on my back and I need to turn onto my side. But if you have shoulder issues, frozen shoulder, painful shoulder from impingement, any arthritis, wear and tear, that can start in your 30s, 40s, very common in 40s and onward, then I can't sleep totally on my side, as most people with those issues can't. Very common in women, by the way, after 40 with hormonal changes and age and wear and tear. So then what I do instead is try to find in between. So I recommend to a lot of people as a physical therapist to not lay fully on your side, which puts a lot of weight on your shoulder and creates internal rotation of the joint, and not to be fully on your back because maybe that's not comfortable. So do something in between, a quarter turn. So 45 degrees between being completely on your side or completely on your back. From here, what I do is put my little roll vertical instead of horizontal. It's going to be vertical under the pillow. I do it under the pillow. And then I lay on my back. I turn just a quarter and I make sure I tuck this so that my shoulder is free. The reason I do this is so that I have some support for my neck, because otherwise what can happen is without it, your neck relaxes, your head relaxes, and you end up with this awkward rotating downwards and side flexing, which closes the whole brachial plexus, or the group of nerves that come from your neck down to your shoulder and arm. So that's not good. You want to keep that space protected and open so all those nerves and blood vessels have lots of room. So again, put this vertically. And I make sure my shoulder is free. And sometimes that may not be enough, so I take the bottom end and I tuck it. I tuck it up into that space, and that just really keeps me from turning my head too much to the side and too much down. So I avoid that compression there. This works for me really nicely. Of course, if I'm in this position, I need to protect my knees and put a blanket between my knees. I wedge a pillow between my knees, and I wedge pillows behind my hips so that it also supports me from twisting my upper trunk. If you twist your trunk while your hips are forward, that can create compression in the lumbar spine and create lots of issues, whether you have radiculopathy or compression on nerve roots, disc issues, degenerative changes, or combinations of, then that rotation and staying in that rotation can be uncomfortable, and you may not notice it until you wake up after being in that position for a long time. So again, you could go horizontal with the pillow, above the pillow for side lying or back lying. If it's too dense, put it under your semi-thin pillow for either, again, completely in back or supine lying or side lying. Also, play with vertical positioning under the pillow, and then play with a quarter turn, so you're not fully on your side and you're not fully on your back. Many sleepers have to flip-flop in between positions for comfort, and that's common, but that's some things you can do. So often in the middle of the night, even in my sleep, I do change my pillow sometimes from this to this. It really doesn't wake me up to do that very much, and it's not that big a deal, but again, everybody's different. So I hope that helps, and have a good sleep.